Welcome back to the studio. And, well, Team Liquid, they weren't playing nice today.
They were living in the sewers, man. Bulldog would be proud.
Yeah.
Don't they call Koikva a little bulldog? Or they used to?
When he played a lot of Profit and did exactly what Bulldog did?
Yeah.
It's true.
It's Demon, though, and Shadow Shaman.
He did really well.
Smoke, and it's another way to play Shadow Shaman.
When
He's
he
done it a
went
couple
top
times now.
and like used the wards and then instantly TP'd out, he gave them Roshan like straight away.
Yeah, I think they already had Roshan, though, in that situation.
Roshan secured.
Yeah.
That just cleared that.
The fact that they would die was very helpful to them. But also, yeah, the split push was strong. And really, that's kind of... It makes Na'Vi attackable for Rock's Kiss and also Fnatic. They're down to 4 losses, and Rock's Kiss and Fnatic are at 5. So, not today, we won't see anything of that. But when it comes to the Super Week, if we want to call it, which is 2 weeks away.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about that is that both EG and Na'Vi are 6-4, and they haven't played against each other. Wow. Meaning that one of these teams is going to get to 5 losses no matter what. So, beat Na'Vi, beat EG, every other team, they know that they have to get to 5 losses, and they cannot go through that. Unfortunately for Team Liquid, they're way above that. But Fnatic, ROG, Kiss, and even Virtus.Pro can maybe get a foot on the qualification.
Yeah, VP is going to be a tough one. And of course, Team Liquid can stop that now as well. So let's introduce the team of VP. They're actually not all here.
No, they're not.
Most of them are actually not
stand-ins.
Yeah.
You won't be seeing God, you won't be seeing Artsar, and you won't be seeing NS. It's Jotum and Illidan leading the charge for Virtus.Pro.
You won't be seeing God. That was like so profound. I guess not today, guys.
Yeah, no, it's... I don't know.
You get to leave one more day.
Yeah. But these guys, and Illidan, he's in charge of everybody's skill builds and all the tactics. It's going to go great. And Team Liquid don't have a clue
Maybe
what's
we
going to
should bring them for the sub games.
Maybe.
That'll be fun.
But yeah. And they should be getting into game pretty quickly. So once they're in and you guys want to jump in, we'll go. Because we're a little bit delayed, obviously, from last match.
I have to say that D2CL also had these 2 teams playing. It was a 2-0 for VP. But before that, it was pretty much all Liquid for quite a way back. Like even going back to, at the International, they played 1-1. But after the International, both times they played each other at the DreamLeague season, kickoff season or season 0. Liquid took both. And the D12 season 4, also it was Liquid taking both games. So slightly favoring Liquid in terms of history. But... maybe Liquid
it's not really, it's not really VP now, though, is it?
No.
Like, they might just be these stand-ins.
Like some guys and then 2 people from VP. That's the game.
Hey, the name carries the spirit, you know? It's like, if you go now and play a Na'Vi, you will do better just because you, like...
Yeah, I mean, you rise to the occasion.
Exactly.
You know? I think that's true to an extent. Like I'm actually not going to argue with that point. But I just think that maybe this is taking it to an extreme.
Yeah.
James gets to play for the Cupid Red Pandas.
And I played worse.
And kills Dendy.
I killed Dendy, but we lost. Normally, it's kill Dendy, win.
Right.
I mean, that was the tactic.
Well, that's the power of the name.
Power of the name, man.
Do you have a little highlight clip on YouTube for that?
Huh?
Do you have a highlight clip?
No. And also, when I went versus the Wisp as Timbersaw, my name's too good. What was his name?
The God Killer. The God Counter.
God Counter.
Oh, I see.
Oh, was it God Counter? I thought it was God Killer.
I thought it was God Killer.
God Killer.
Counter.
I think it was
Counter.
It was a counter.
It's all about the names, man.
Should have known.
It's all about the names. All right. I'm interested to see what VP are going to be able to do. Team Liquid, for me, they should be able to take this. But this will be horrible for VP to lose out on a chance because there's always still a possibility of someone falling.
Like, how do you have 3 members of your team who can't play?
They're playing in 2 leagues at once. They've split their teams. They've got 2 stand-ins somewhere else. VP are playing 2 tournaments simultaneously.
But Starlighters already in playoffs,
I don't know.
right?
No. This is speculation. Totally.
So they can't, like...
And it's probably not true. Have you met James? Have you met James?
Hey, man.
My name's Steve.
How's it going?
Fine.
Nice.
What's your second name?
Sterling.
James Sterling Harding.
No, Steve
No,
Sterling.
Steve Sterling.
SS. Okay. Secret Service.
You know what else it is? It's SSH. Shh, as in stop talking. We're in the game.
Bam.
Damn.
Ooh, go away.
I'll go be secret.
Bye-bye. Bye.
All right.
And we're back in for Team Liquid versus Virtus.Pro. I think our Analysts did an excellent job saying what this match should be about. Team Liquid already out of the tournament, but Virtus.Pro have a chance to stay alive, especially with Na'Vi dropping that previous match.
You're talking, Lumi. Get up back on that stage.
I could walk and talk. What are you trying to say, man?
I'll help you.
I can't. That's why I let Lumi do all the intros.
Yes.
Even though I was getting the chairs before and doing the intros.
You're not talking and you're not bringing the chair, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I was just saying, like before, I did do that. But
He's talking to chat.
I think it's good for him to go off on his own. It's like you're taking the training wheels off. This is how it works.
It's good for you.
It's trial by fire. I'm just
Something
saying.
like that.
Something like that.
So basically, it's 2 members of VP, 3 stand-ins versus Liquid, and Liquid just... I mean, the way that Liquid played last game, you can't fault them for playing that way because that's the way that they're supposed to play, but it was a pretty dirty game. Like, I felt like I needed to shower.
Yeah.
Like Shane said it, I was reciprocating his feelings.
We all felt that, but I didn't want to tell you.
I mean, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Because I really feel like I had to. I did right before I came, okay? I came to the studio, I got out of the shower at like 4:15, we left the house at 4:30.
That's a stretch. We left at like 5.
Okay, yeah, we left a little bit later than that.
Yeah.
Because Scriff got out of bed and he was like, what?
And I was like, we need to go. And Scriff's like, I'm just going to jump in the shower.
No, Scriff had time to
Unbelievable,
cut his toenails outside my room.
No, it was outside my room.
And my room.
My room.
We have windows.
But like outside.
Outside.
Not like in the hallway.
Yeah.
Just looking into your room. Couldn't it?
Toenails.
Staring at your
I just want to say, though,
clip.
And they're like ricocheting around the room.
Wait, what the? Oh, you put it behind me. Jeez.
that's where they usually put the
Sorry,
chair.
I'm more interested in this than I am the draft.
It's fine, Andy.
Okay,
Believe.
I feel that is so 2008
2008.
2008.
Okay. 6 years ago.
What
to
does that mean?
complain about backdoor.
No, I'm not
Dota and
complaining.
Split push. You guys were this filthy
I'm not
victory.
complaining. I said that's the way that they were supposed to play it.
Yeah, their lineup was
Yeah,
made
don't
for
feel
that.
dirty about it. A W is a W. It's a glorious victory.
Against them.
I'm not
Glorious
saying that it's a
victory.
bad thing. I'm just saying that that's the way that they had to play it out. And sometimes it's frustrating to play against. You can't say that it's not frustrating to lose a game where
I
you
love
don't
those
actually
games.
You love
don't
them when you
actually
win.
get to fight the enemy.
Win or lose.
Okay. Here's the thing. I think I understand what Lumi is saying. Most of the games, when you're losing, you lost. Like if it's like a 5v5 kind of team fight and they're winning team fights and you have a team fighting lineup and you can't do anything, there's nothing that you can feel you can do. But against Red Dota teams,
You can
if
win.
your team has like good team fight or good something else, good pushing, good counter pushing, it feels like, yeah, you're losing, but if you get that team fight right, you can win. So it feels like one of those. I mean, honestly, looking at Na'Vi, like all of us, you guys casting, I was watching, James was sleeping. We were all thinking that Na'Vi was like, oh, if they get this right, they can win. Like until Mega Crips.
I don't know. For a while, Dendy, like, it didn't feel like he was doing enough damage to anything.
Well, during that while, they were playing Rat Dota because they lost the top racks.
Right. So,
I'm saying-
I mean, that's what I think Lumi's going for. Is like those kind of games, they feel they're not over until they're really, really over. Those
Yeah.
are the games that are only over when the throne falls. Like,
Yeah.
you never see a Red Dota team winning because the other team calls GG. A Red Dota team wins when the throne goes down. And that's why it's nice to watch.
That's why it should be. Our chairs are like kissing each other.
I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree, man.
Not just the chairs.
Not just the chairs.
Just call me Disagree 2000.
I mean, unless you're using like Chinese hacks, apparently, which is a thing now.
It's a thing.
What?
Oh, by the way, I just want to say I'm not even saying that it doesn't take skill to win that way.
No,
I'm just saying
yeah.
I'm just saying that for me personally, it's more boring to watch.
No, it's not.
It actually takes quite a lot of skill to know when to go and when not to go.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's like the easier way to play. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that I would prefer to watch a game where the teams actually fight each other.
Nah, man. I think when there's like 3 fights going on at the same time, that's when it's fun. When Koifa's playing the bait up top, and then you have the mid backdoor going on, and then you have the bottom backdoor going on.
Wepas doesn't like that. He's like, I don't know what to do.
All right, let's talk about this game. Team Liquid does not have a Rat Dota lineup right now.
VP's drafting a very familiar lineup. That's all I'm saying.
Are they gonna go for the Wraith King, man?
They ban
Looks
out
like
the Prophet though. They ban out the Prophet.
It's fine. You don't need a prophet.
You get the Zeus instead.
No, he's an offlaner that could global. That's a big part. What
Well,
other offlaner?
Zeus
could go-
offlane.
Zeus offlane.
Actually, you put it on the safe lane. You know the tree where you get triple kills and then you get called Merlini.
Okay.
Hey, that happened.
I
That
guess.
happened.
I mean, sure, why not? Okay, so if we're just talking solely about who we think has the superior draft right now, I'd actually say in terms of initiation, obviously Team Liquid have the advantage because they have a bat, but there's Avenge on VP, so you have swap for the bat lasso, which is always nice. Swapping Fiend's Grip actually doesn't matter as long as the hero is, like, you're not swapping the Bane. You're still gripped, you're just farther away. Sometimes that can be good, sometimes it doesn't matter because you're just going to die to the grip damage. Kind of debatable, but I still think it's a pretty solid pick overall. The thing is, the synergy between Venge and AA, it's not great, but it also opens up the opportunity to have some physical damage output because Vengeance Aura is still strong. You can go X-Sword Invoker, you can have Forged Spirits with auras and just push down towers. Although VP have actually banned out Luna themselves, I'm not entirely sure if they're going to be going for that.
Doom, VP.
On VP?
Yeah.
I think Doom is terrible against Shadow Fiend.
Okay.
I don't like it at all because, say for instance, the SF has like 2 items. He has like a BKB, maybe a Manta, right? Like just out of the blue, just 2 items. If you Doom him, he's still going to right-click you and pretty much kill you. I mean, SF, I don't think Presence of the Dark Lord actually gets disabled by Doom. I don't think it does.
I don't think so either.
I don't know.
I mean, Doom is so weird because it like disables some abilities, doesn't disable some items, doesn't disable AC aura. Nobody knows why. It's just a thing.
Oh,
So in that sense,
3.
I don't think that Doom is that great against SF.
okay. But like, you don't have to Doom SF. It's more for the aura.
Yeah,
That's what I was going for.
the Wolf Aura, you
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, just having like Vengeance Aura on top of Wolf Aura. That could be quite strong, I guess. But it also makes their lanes a little bit weak. Whereas like Ancient Apparition and Vengeful Spirit, that lane's already, I wouldn't necessarily say super weak, but it's not great either. I don't know, man. It's tough to say.
Man, I'm seeing a Drow right now, man. VP Drow. You got all range heroes. You got the aura. You got the right clicks.
They ban well, Team Liquid banned Doom, so they obviously.
Damn.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Get on my level, Andy.
Get on TC's level, Andy.
TC's level.
Prove him wrong.
What? He banned Doom. I know.
Exactly.
It's fine.
Afraid of Doom?
Okay, so Wind Ranger, and I can't see it on the screen because apparently it's a broken link.
She's getting her hair done, so she doesn't want to be on camera
Yeah,
right now.
so now she's a broken link that's going to move bottom. How cute is she?
Wait, what?
Look at the screen, Andy. There's just
Yeah, look at this. Look at the screen.
Look at the screen,
the
Andy.
screen.
Can't
Yeah,
see.
I know. I gotta like.
I'll get it for you.
Okay, oh, I get it.
Okay,
It's fine.
here's my thought. Offensive Trident with 3 range. You get Vengeful Spirit, you get AA, you get Windrunner.
And
3
Chilling
range,
Touch.
Chilling Touch.
Who's your 1v1 hero then?
Stun.
Besides Invoker.
Wind
Drow. Drow mid. Invoker safe lane. Offensive try.
Puck.
Let's go, VP.
Safe lane Puck.
Meepo.
And you have no
For
lane
the
damage.
Ancient Apparition hands.
Oh, heyo.
Wraith King.
Gonna
Well,
run
we
it back.
kind of assumed that that was going to happen early on in the
Yeah.
draft, right?
Well, you're lacking a lot of global.
Well, it's not necessarily about global in particular. It's just having a hero who can initiate, which in this case is going to be Illidan, right?
I
Because
don't know.
we're guessing he's going to blink, I guess.
I feel like this is actually a very Wraith King resistant lineup. We have 2 like very reliable damage source throughout the fight
Okay.
with the minus armors in the Shadow Fiend as well as what you call it. And if you have BKB on both of those carries, you don't really care.
And also, Slider Stone has a really long cooldown, or a really short cooldown. So you can.
I'm just saying.
How long is it cooldown? Let's
It's
look.
tiny.
8 seconds.
Yeah.
Hellfire Blast
Oh,
is
I want to
also
remember
8
the old
seconds.
Skeleton King. Look at that guy.
Both stuns
He was
on
a
both teams
skeleton.
are 8-second cooldowns. He is.
Oh,
We're watching Reincarnate?
Rest in
Damn.
peace,
can
man.
we see it again?
See again. He comes back alive.
But he was a skeleton.
By the
That's
way-
a nice
That's
thing.
Skeleton King, yeah.
That video pretty much sums up how I feel about that hero because when he gets level 16, he basically reincarnates every time you kill him.
Yes.
It's like you can never actually kill him anymore.
And you go
Unless you have
refresher.
like books or a Nyx.
What movie was it in where there was a robot that did that? Like, came back together?
Every robot movie.
yeah.
no,
pretty
no,
much.
no, it's not.
Power Rangers, they get 5 robots, they go into 1. Voltron.
Yeah, it might have been Power Rangers.
I don't know, man.
I don't
Every
know.
robot anime. Also.
Pretty much.
What was the one where they had a giant head in the anime? Remember, it was underground.
Everyone
It's
has
Gundam.
giant heads in
yeah.
anime.
Gundam.
Gundam. Yeah, that was awesome.
I don't know how you got that.
Because it is. That's literally what it's
Oh
about.
no! It's Garun Lagan.
They're
Giant head.
underground.
Underground. They start the anime underground.
Okay, good. I just like people with giant heads. That's anime, right? It's like,
No, the robots is giant head.
oh, robot has giant head. Okay, that's a different thing.
Illidan says, we fight with honor.
We fight with honor.
We're not actually in game right now, but like they're just paused talking to each other.
I
So
think
one
this
of
is
them,
like a role-playing thing for your hero.
who crashed?
Isn't that something
Wraith
Wraith King would
King
say? We fight with honor?
No, he's not honorable at all.
No, that's
He's a king!
He died and came back
No,
to life.
there was this Warcraft 3
How is-
character that said for honor, defending our name.
Omni Knight, wasn't it?
I think it was the knight, the kind of like the Dragon Knight kind of thingy. For honor, defending our name. I don't know what else he said.
I really like Omni Knight's lines in Dota though.
What does he say? With bollocks.
With
does he say?
bollocks. What,
You
what
say-
bollocks?
He
You
says,
say
he
word
says
there?
ketchup.
He does say ketchup.
Yeah, he says ketchup.
And he
I don't know
also
what's going on.
We're talking about lines.
forward without fear, my friends. I like that one.
Also he likes healing and ham.
Ham and healing.
Healing
For the
and ham.
ketchup. For the ketchup.
I never actually like that. I always got that line, like healing hand harm.
Yeah.
Right. Like that was the only one that was actually clear
So
to
he's
me.
healing and ham.
Everything
because he likes
else, it's
that.
like he's like ketchup. He just throws a packet of fucking ketchup at you.
A packet, not a...
Not
a bottle.
Not a
I
bottle.
imagine
Not
like a
like the tub.
squirting ketchup.
Like it's like giving him the mustard, right? Like you just pull out a thing of mustard, just like you squeeze it on him.
Nice.
That'd be awful.
Yeah, it would. That's why it's like you're giving somebody the mustard, man. It's not good.
Unless they wanted to use it on their sandwich or something.
Maybe.
Hopefully it's just mustard, not mustard gas. That would be worse. I went to this museum in Belgium.
How can you just pull that out of nowhere? You just go from mustard to mustard gas to hey, I went to a museum.
And you can actually smell what mustard gas smell like.
Probably
Of
shouldn't
course.
smell too much of it.
That's the
Of course,
thing.
it's not actually mustard gas.
It was just like this smell, and it was like this World War I museum, and they were like, "Yeah, if you smell this, you were probably dead."
By the way, I feel like it's important to note that we are paused.
Yeah,
Nothing's happening.
No, we
That's
paused the
what-
game to talk about
Yeah,
Exactly.
we paused the
Hold
game.
on, please.
yeah.
Chat's gonna be so mad at you right now. Well, like not right now, but like 2 minutes.
If they can't figure out that we didn't really pause the game, then
You're not Finol. You're not James.
go.
But
Yeah.
James paused the game to
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
fantasy.
That was hilarious. Oh, you nearly did it then.
Nah, man, I'm just-
Yeah, it's fine.
That was pretty
F8
close.
and
You
F9.
missed.
Okay, it's not even close.
What
How
do you
do you
want now?
miss-
Like a confirmation button to? Are you sure you want to pause?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Are you super sure you want to leave the game?
I mean, to be fair, if you put that to like observers, that wouldn't be
No, it's not
horribly
about it.
bad.
Yeah.
Like for players, no, you have to have this immediate pause button because if
yeah,
panic
you can easily differentiate between observers and players,
yeah, of
right?
course,
So
of
it's
course.
just like really easy to say, okay, yeah, this is a
But I
confirmation.
think it's like kind of like grabbing your hand and it's like taking you to preschool. Like we're grown up enough.
The
that we
amount
don't
of times that
fucking press
well,
F9.
you'd think that,
I
but the
don't know,
amount of times
man.
that happens.
Everybody over 5K ratings muted, so we're not that mature.
I guess, but
But
that also has to do with the fact that
I'm muted.
Yeah, that
He's like
shouldn't
the
happen.
nicest person imaginable.
I'm not muted, guys. I'm not over 5K.
It actually is like astounding because even if he goes like 1 in 20, he's like, thanks for the game.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually thanked anyone for playing a game,
Anyways,
like ever.
this to you guys.
Let's do this.
I'll leave you to it.
That's the bad right.
All right. So, what are we thinking for lanes here actually from Liquid? Just safe lane Slardar, I guess?
Yeah.
I guess you kind of have to with a tree, right? I mean, you
can
can
offensive
go,
try lane.
you can go aggressive because they're Radiant, but I don't think it's as likely just because tree kind of needs pulls.
Oh, VP are gonna do dual lanes.
Maybe.
It's kind of neat.
Interesting.
So AA and Windrunner. And then Venge and Wraith King. Huh.
Oh. Per what's his name? Shaklo? It's like Shaq but low. Like he's a little bit smaller.
I think it is Shaklo.
He doesn't have the bow for the set, so he doesn't have the full custom animation set.
Maybe he likes that bow better.
But the no bow bow,
The no bow bow.
The noble bow.
the no bow bow.
You know my name was almost Bow.
Really?
Yeah.
That
Who from? Like,
dodged
I
the
would've been-
bullet.
Derek?
I would have been Bow Styles.
Bo Derek.
That's kind of cool. in
Why?
fairness.
Why would they?
Bow styles?
My mom wanted to name me Bow. And
BOW?
apparently my dad came into the hospital and he's like, no. And then he
What?
just like got my birth certificate and wrote my name as Andy.
Wait, is your second name like a last name or a name?
It's Lee.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, is that a last?
No, that would be my first name.
Okay.
So
you-
like I would be Bo Lee Styles.
Bowley.
Bowley Styles.
But instead,
Opa, Bowley Styles.
instead I'm Andy.
I know, Bowley Styles sounds pretty good. You'd probably hate it for a few years, but then love it now.
I hated my name when I was a kid.
Really?
I absolutely hated it, yeah.
How do
Why?
people call you?
I don't know, I
Andy?
just hated it. Yeah, they just call me that. I hated it. I don't
Wow.
even know why now. He
Andrew.
just asked me that. Like not even 5 seconds ago.
You listen.
No.
Nobody
Shane's like,
listens here.
why? And I'm like, I don't know. And everyone's like, why? I don't know.
I said,
Maybe
I
maybe
didn't
it's
say why. I
changed.
said, like they called you Andy.
Yeah, they did.
That's what I said, not why.
No, but you said why after.
Why did they call you Andy?
Because that's his name.
I feel like it's one of those segments where it's like, who's on first? You know? Like just,
You're doing well. How about you, Shane?
I'm Shane.
And you were always going to be Shane?
I don't know. Never asked.
Yeah. What's
For the
your
time
I asked you already, but I forgot, of course. Like, what's your given Chinese name?
Non.
None.
Nah.
Like
Naan bread.
None. They give you no
no
name.
no
What's
like
your
that
Chinese name?
character
None.
in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh non.
Oh, none.
Yeah.
Okay.
None.
30 seconds to
Not
battle.
Does,
bad.
does it mean
Decent.
something?
Yeah, it does mean something.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Are we
It
allowed
has
to
a
tell?
meaning. Find out next episode what that means.
Now, if this was anime, it'd be like 10 episodes later.
well, actually, it's pretty accurate because since this is our last stream day for like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
it'd be like a bunch of fillers, and then we would actually find out.
We can look at Andy when he was younger and hating his name.
Yeah, it's true.
Flashbacks.
Great episode.
The battle
I hate my name.
begins.
End of episode.
Okay, guys. Leave it to the game.
Thanks, Bruno. Okay, so it is going to be an Exort Invoker from VP. I don't think that's actually too much of a surprise because with Wraith King Aura and Vengeful Spirit Aura, you can do Roche crazy easy. You don't even need Illidan in the pit. He can just be standing there with a Vampiric Aura.
They also have the setup stuns as well for the Sunstrikes.
Yeah.
It's also kind of neat.
Double stun, Sunstrike.
Shkablat.
Should be a fairly easy first blood. Bulb actually drops the Sentry quite early here.
So, quick question to Shadow Fiend players. I guess just you two.
No one else is
'Cause-
answering.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
When do you actually decide to go level 1 raise versus Necro 1 mastery?
I think it has to do with basically what matchup you're playing. Against Quats Wex, I think you were probably better off getting Necromastery. Bulba, though, top lane, extremely low. Might even get to the first blood. No, they don't actually have the
Ooh, the
damage.
Tango.
The Tango keeps him alive. Jottam, I don't think he was able to get close enough for the second stun. I think he had 5 stacks.
You had no mana.
Bottom, Shacklo gonna eat a Nightmare here. Chilling Touch, man. The Pepper.
It's the Jazz hands.
But as far as the level 1 raise thing goes, I think it's kind of preference, but if you're doing what Koikva does and you start with 2 branches and you haven't spent any of your starting gold, basically, you get pooled 2 tangos, and then you can just spam raises and bottle crow from a very, very early point. And I think this is actually a little bit more viable in matchups where you know that you're not going to have more base damage than the hero that you're against, because Exo Invoker clearly has a base damage advantage over Shadow Fiend, who has like the lowest base damage ever. So I think you're only level 1 for 1 creep wave, so it doesn't really matter anyway, but first blood actually going to happen here top lane as Boba does get picked off. Jottam was quite low. And yeah, VP, they get an early kill.
Yep, the woes of not having living armor at level 1 as well as not having a south because you went Boots Tango. Boba, you need to pick up them points.
Was he trying to get a kill way too? Is that why they learned Leech Seed?
Yeah, I
what-
think without Leech Seed, you have basically no aggressive potential in a tree lane at all.
Ooh, they actually spot out Demon. Not gonna get the kill. No Shackle? Yeah, no Shackle.
Oh, sprint forward. They want to go ham here. Wait, he's got
Leech
Leech Seed, but he can only go on Shackle. I don't know if that's going to matter. Yeah, he cancels his Leech Seed. He knows that
Oh, it's the Regoose.
Windrun would keep him too far away. Aggressive Windrun coming out onto
Power
wave
shot.
2. One more auto attack. The power shot gets the kill. BP get a kill in a 2v3. Coldfeet's going to proc on Demon as well. Do they have the damage?
Power shot.
Shacklo going for the double. His power shot's going to be up soon. Juke up by Demon. He might still be in some trouble though. Tree Armor's
living
going to go
on.
off.
Power
And he will
shot.
be okay.
No mana. Power shot. He's got it. He's got it. Power shot. Go for the yo. No, you don't run away.
He's dead anyway.
What is this? League of Legends Shackle? Or is it Shaco? Shaco.
I thought it was Shacklo.
I thought it was Shaco. He's the character that runs
Do
away.
you think
right?
he would have enough damage? I don't think.
No, level 1 power shot if you don't.
No, yeah, you did.
If you don't channel it all the way, it's only like, what,
You hit him
90
and then
damage?
He had the tree armor on him as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he had tree armor, so I don't think it would have killed him.
I believe.
I mean, he would have had to have landed it perfectly, like, past the 60% or whatever threshold you need to make sure that it does full damage. And maybe it would have killed him.
You're dying, so you might as well take somebody down.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all.
I agree with
for.
that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Drag them down to hell with you.
That middle, though, Kuiper's actually doing very well.
It's a. They got Enfeeble on Demon, so I'm not sure whether they can get the kill. It looks like a little bit of a preemptive raise. The haste rune on there. So if that could
Oh,
make
it's a reach
Yogi-
around.
Nightmare, that's gonna hit. All right, he's gotta get the
gotta
raise. One,
pretty
two, right click.
And he gets the souls as well.
Cool.
There you go, 20 souls. Invoker no longer has a ridiculous base damage advantage on him, which is really good for Shadow Fiend.
And he got the baby.
That's the thing about SF, is like people often say, yeah, he's really gankable, which is true. But if you don't gank him and he gets ahead in the lane, he becomes a monster. Like, quite literally.
Yeah,
Very hard to deal with.
He's also showing they're very, very good with support heroes that do gank, because his burst damage early on is ridiculous. Like once you get to level 5, your raise is hurt.
And the thing is, if you're Invoker in that situation, if you don't run straight away, you die anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're going to be eating the raises, or you're going to be juking back and forth and eating a lot of auto attacks. Either way, you're just going to get taken out, man. It's a bummer. But I still, I think that VP are fine, even if their Invoker doesn't do amazing mid, just because the Wraith King is more or less getting free farm. Boba has just sacrificed the lane completely, so Illidan's sitting at like top of the farm. If he wants, he can go Midas, but I think that he might just go a very early Blink instead and just try to play aggressive, because this bottom lane is still very killable.
We've seen Illidan go Threads and then Midas before as well. And he also has the logic where he only uses the shop once.
Yeah, that's true.
Because when we interviewed him before, he said, like, I like to min-max my shop time, basically.
I'm only going to go to the shop once this game. Going to buy all 3 of my items at once.
You know, to both of your surprise, I'm a big fan of Midas, and I think he should go Midas this game. Checking on the courier. It's a Midas coming in. Good job, Billy.
Okay, you can't look after he
No,
bought
I
it
just
and then
talked
say
about it,
TC
and then
though.
I checked the
Bottom
courier.
lane, chilling touch. Look at the damage. VP just evaporate TC here in the safe lane. No supports to be found.
He's standing doing work.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Maybe
is
they're
under
just trolling,
attack.
man. Maybe they're not stand-ins.
Just changing the names.
How next level would that be?
Yeah.
Like, you come in with people who have stand-in tags, and I mean, if your profile is private, no one can really tell, right?
You can still look at previous names.
Oh, okay, you can still look at previous names, so.
I'm
But what if you change it so many times?
They're diving.
Yeah, you
Way
can
2's
change
going to
it
be
like 12
stuck there.
times.
Magic Missile's going to hit. So will Kofi, as well as a Sunstrike. Way 2 power shot, but what a nightmare coming out from Jimmy. Nightmare gets stolen. Jotum, though. There's a, what you call that, a mech coming out from Lychee. Yeah. Gank gets
has-
returned.
That was a really nice nightmare.
Big plays.
Demon's been playing well today.
Yeah.
Is that to your surprise, Lumi?
No. Completely expected. Demon's a great player. I don't know who would say any otherwise.
Oh, boy. It's all right, man. Midas Shadow Fiend, boys.
He got it before Illidan as well, which is kind of impressive.
He's got the kill, though.
He got a kill, yeah. Bulba. Living life on the edge here. He's got his tranquil boots, though.
You're moving fast.
That camp is pretty stacked as well. Getting that Blink Dagger up soon, I'm about better.
I really don't know how much I like Slardar against AA teams.
What, because of the sprint?
Yeah, I mean, sprint is like a death sentence against this team, right? Like,
Yeah.
because you sprint basically into 2 guaranteed stuns, maybe a shackle, a sunstrike, a power shot, and an
Yeah.
ice blast, right?
And then don't forget about the meatball.
Middle lane, here comes the lasso. Quakefa going for the raise, hits 1. It's a 4-man gank.
Got
on this
him.
poor Invoker. He is regretting his choice to stand in right now.
Should have made up an excuse.
Yeah, and he's trying to go for that
Radiant's top tower
Midas,
is under
or it seems
attack.
like it, but that Midas not
Dire's
coming anytime
middle
soon.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think Invoker needs the Midas, even if it's like what you would call a quote-unquote recovery Midas, just because he needs levels really
Yeah.
bad.
Radiant's
Like,
top
in a way,
tower
most
is
heroes
under
need
Uh-oh.
levels, though. Jotum throwing out some auto attacks here. Quakefa totally out of mana. Illidan with the stun. Sunstrike. Can't run from heaven.
I love the way you say that every time, nearly.
Could have if he had living armor.
Hey, man, it's only been twice. 2 times. Don't take this away from me, man.
I'm sorry. You have 2 more times.
Look, I'm coming down off of my Red Bull. It's getting rough. Okay?
Motor functions are slowing down.
Got the brain lag going on.
Yeah, it seems like TC is going to be going for that blink first, just piling up gold, unless we're going to see more Midases. I don't think so, though.
No, he'd have it on the way out.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Slaughter being a weak hero against AA. Like, you're basically the suicidal initiator. You blink and you stun, but you eat the Ice Blast, you're dead.
Do you know what would be better than 3 in this game? Omni Knight. You put Omni Knight on Slaughter, like put the repel on him.
You put Omni Knight on Slaughter, you just ride the
you
beast,
just ride him in.
jump in, crush, got the...
Ride the
the-
fish in, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You put the repel on them and then set them in. What can you do?
Dire's middle
I think
tower
Omni is
under
actually
attack.
pretty good in some games. But he's one of those heroes that's really weird because you have to pick him in games where you don't need to initiate or the other team needs to initiate on you. That's kind of where I think Omni is the best. Kind of like the same with Venge. Like, she's very good defensively. She
Dire's
can be used
structures
aggressively,
are
but I think
fortified.
defensively is where she shines.
Oh no,
Radiant's
Tower's gonna
top
get the
tower
9 mid.
is under attack.
Go Yoki.
That is a bummer.
Dire's middle tower has been
They want
denied.
blood. Oh, that.
Ooh, that camp
The
steals
experience.
Experience stolen.
Oh.
Power Shot's gonna get 1. Swap's gonna
Oh,
come through,
no,
and Boba,
no.
that farm that he just got, it's gone. And they got the rest of the camp.
That hurts.
Yeah, it's massive.
Indeed, that does.
That was his blink money, man. He needed that pretty bad.
Did they just smell it? They didn't have any vision.
Yes, they smelled the fire from afar,
They sniffed
and
it
they
out.
just went there.
You've obviously never been in the
Radiant's
fire.
top
It's
tower
quite a
is
strong
under
smell.
attack.
I don't know how Bat Rider sneaks up on anybody in Dota games. Obviously, nobody been in fire when they play Dota.
Well, certain heroes don't have any smell. Like Wraith King.
Well, VP have a pretty slight advantage here, but
Wraith King's got a big nose. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's
what?
dead.
He's a skeleton.
So
He hasn't.
He's a skeleton.
he was
Well,
a skeleton.
He's
okay.
a zombie.
He's like an apparition,
Yeah.
right? I guess
They
that
can
would be
smell.
fair.
No,
Can
they
they?
can't.
How
I don't
are
think they
you an
can.
apparition?
I've asked some before.
Okay. All right. It's getting a little weird. It's getting a little weird, boys. Demon spotting out Yoki here in the woods. He has Fiend's Grip. I think he can just solo kill him. Maybe he wants to wait for Quake for
Yeah.
the assist gold.
Grip.
No, he can
Grip.
definitely.
Yeah, definitely solo kill him.
Yeah. Here comes Quake.
He'll get the mana from the.
Pop.
Under attack.
Wow.
What a raise.
Koifa failed KS.
Ah, that's fine though.
Oh,
No!
Illidan's pissed though.
Okay, just run. But here
Oh,
comes everybody
Shackle
else.
on Quakefoot. That's
Yep.
a really dead Shadow Fiend. Like, super dead. Can he get the Requiem? Not quite. Just gets the Requiem from death. Now Demon going to be dropping as well. Ice Blast comes out. Shacklo picking up the double. They managed to kill the Invoker, but they lose 2 for it.
Come on, Shakalo.
I think you're just adding syllables onto his name as time goes on. It started off as like Shack. Now it's Shacklo. Now it's... No, it was Shacklo. Now it's Shackalo.
Yeah, what's wrong with Shakalo?
It's not Shackle-O. It's Shacklo.
Shakalo. Yeah, same thing.
I just don't think you're... I think it's the same with me trying to speak Swedish. I'm just incapable of saying it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's all right, man. So TC, he opted for the very, very fast blink, but he hasn't shown any want to really leave bottom.
Dire's
He's kind of just
bottom
chilling
tower
here.
is under attack.
He's got the teleport scroll, so
He
maybe
only-
if somebody dives one of their other towers.
Counter ganks, yeah.
He only has 900 life though.
At the same time, also when you see a blink slaughter, it's really hard to go back to that lane and just like defend your lane 1v1. So, you know, that's
Even with AA and Sunstrike?
I mean, like for example, Venge comes in there.
Dire's
Let's say she's by
bottom
herself
tower is
without
under attack.
Shackalo behind him. Like, you know, could just straight up die.
Oh,
Radiant's top
Double
tower
damage.
is under attack.
The Rune of Destiny.
Blue Rune of Justice.
So I think Andy, you weren't here, but we named all of the runes.
Okay.
So
Quite poorly,
Invis is a Rune of Whisper. This is a shout out to a Twitter person.
A Tweety.
Tweet.
What's the illusion one called?
Rune of Multitude.
The Multitude. Okay, that's pretty
Should
good.
be Rune of Confusion.
It's a that's Bruno.
No, but you are Confusion, not the Rune of Confusion. Like, you made the Rune of Confusion. You should know that, man.
Because you made it.
All right, here comes some gank on
This
the
is
mid
some
lane.
really clowny map movement because VP are basically like going behind Liquid right now.
Yeah.
Even though Liquid think that they're smoking into the right spot.
Dire's Dire's middle
I don't know what's
tower
going on.
Illidan's
This is
got
like
his
a
Blink
train.
Fan.
They
This
see
could be
Illidan.
really scary for Quakefa. Although there is 5 members of Liquid up here and towards top lane. And right now, VP do not have their
Are they going to
Invoker.
try to circle around tier 1? That's not going to work out.
Are they gonna fight?
Quakefa.
Dude,
Quakefa.
they get the ramp
Oh, he
advantage here.
stopped. He knows. I
Okay.
think Bulba saw them.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
got
he did.
perfect ward vision on everybody right now. Bad Rider can initiate, but if you're dragging a Skeleton King,
I don't know.
want to go
You-
for the Venge.
yeah.
Venge, yeah, drag him back, but the Blink comes in. The Raze got to be set up, though. Ice Blast on top. What a Requiem, just getting them on the edge. Shackalo just dies right from the get-go. Illidan, he's got 2 lives. Everybody's just ignoring him. All right, they're finally going to focus on him. He's going to apply a big slow on everybody. Here comes Yoki. Can he kill TC? No. Okay.
Blink? Oh, what?
What?
I can't believe he didn't go for the cold snap on the Slardar, but they're going to cold snap the
Radiant's bottom
Bane instead to
tower.
stop the Fiend's Grip. Illidan goes back in with the stun.
Dire's top
Demon
tower
gonna get
is
tree
under
armored.
attack.
Everyone's gonna casually just walk away.
Windex is like, no, guys, I need like 60 gold for Midas.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I thought for sure that Yoki would go for the cold snap on TC, but he didn't.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah.
is
Meanwhile,
under
Windex
attack.
doing the approved AA Midas build. I'm just saying, man. We had this discussion yesterday.
He was listening. He chose the wrong
Dire's
side.
top
Well, let's
tower
be
is
honest.
under
Golden
attack.
experience are never bad things, so long as you don't lose the game because of it.
He's 3-0 too. He seems to be doing quite well for himself.
Yeah. I mean, that's the nice thing about AA is very seldom do you actually put yourself in harm's way, because Chilling Touch you kind of just throw out on your team and you're like, yep, go get him, guys. I'm going to sit back here and try to get a bigger AoE in my Ice Blast. I'm going to be in the base. But that's pretty much how you play AA.
Yeah.
Getting a Cold Feet proc is nice. Using Vortex for vision is nice. But for the most part, you're basically just saying, I'm going to give you guys a ton of damage, and I'm going to throw out Ice Blasts.
I actually only recently started understanding how awesome that Ice Vortex spell
Oh,
is.
it's like crazy good.
4-second cooldown.
Absurd cast range, lowers magic resist, lowers move speed,
Gives vision.
gives vision.
Yeah, I think. Oh, here comes a stun. Ice Blast not gonna hit though. Sunstrike will. He's gonna have the living armor. They can actually re-goose on this. No, lighting up here. Here comes the Shackalo with his Hacko.
He missed the power shot after the shackle. Way too with the leech seed. Going to be able to keep himself alive. Here comes Windex.
Overgrowth.
Uh-oh.
Way too. Automata. TC comes in for the regoose. Illidan going to be going down here. No reincarnate this time. Fiend's Grip onto Windex as well. Demon going to get shackled out of it, but they still managed to pick off the Ancient Apparition. Bulba going to be paying with his life. Jadam throwing out the stun. Also securing the kill. TC thinking about blinking back in, but not going to be able to.
They have 4 stuff up and win.
Definitely can. I mean,
He can, but he just decided not to.
yeah, the tier 1 tower is gonna go down as a result. I think. There's no way to defend this. Meanwhile, seems like Yoki's just still in farmland. Force Staff is gonna be up on him fairly soon,
It's a good land to be in.
Dire's structures are
especially with
fortified.
Midas. Is the tier 1 gonna get denied? Yeah.
Yep, it is.
Blink. Nobody. Okay.
That's a bit surprising that they let that get denied, because typically you would expect them to like check hero mana and stuff. I mean, really, the Windrunner didn't have that much left in the tank anyway. But Quakefa going to be very close to his BKB now, if not already having it.
Yeah.
I think he just pretty much got it from that creep camp, and TC is still quite a way away from his.
When Liquid get BKBs, all of a sudden, like, their VP's combo is kind of weak.
Yeah.
Basically, you either have to chain stun them or you have to just keep running away, which with a couple of Force Staff, it's not too hard. You also have Windrun on top and a swap.
I actually think that VP maybe wanted to get a little bit more done by now. Quakefa, though, going to eat a stun, does not have his BKB, and here
Blast.
comes in the Sunstrike and the Ice Blast.
Beautiful.
He's going to be taking quite a bit of damage from this.
One more hit.
The ice armor actually
got BKB.
stopping him. Oh, no way. I was going to say, there's no way that worked.
BKB, by the way, does not block Shatter, for those of you guys
Yeah.
are wondering.
And even if you have BKB on, you still get debuffed by Ice Blast if it passes over you.
Ice Blast OP, guys.
It's legit.
I swear next patch is going to get changed.
No, they're going to change it so when you have Aghanims that it actually just hits you when you have BKB on. How legit would that be? Holy cow.
Triple the area of effect as well.
No, I think that would be like... Let's change it to Zeusult. Just hit everybody on the map with Ice Blast.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Radiant's middle tower
Listen,
is under
man.
attack.
We got to think about next April 1st, okay? Next year.
You gotta plan ahead.
Structures are fortified.
It took us so long to get through that because every single hero, Bruno was like, okay,
Accept it.
Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, but then every other hero, you'd be like, yep, turn rate.
That was one hero! Whatever, man. It's fine.
And then I like the best. Shane came in the end, like, hey guys, let's work on the patch note. We're like, we're done, man.
You didn't even call me.
Yeah, your contribution was Ursa Acceptor. Duration of his, was it Enrage? You have unlimited overpower.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's gonna
well,
work.
that's
Blink
legit.
forward here, middle. Illidan gonna find TC. Stun. Coming in, Sunstrike as well as the Ice Blast. TC really not dropping that fast, though. He didn't pop Sprint. I like that. He didn't, like, panic Sprint. As soon as he saw that, here comes the root, though. Jotum gonna eat a solo Overgrowth. Illidan blinks back in, wants to go for TC. Flame Break and knock them both to the low ground. And yep, the Leech Seed keeping him alive for the time being. There's the Reincarnate, so he has no backup at all, man.
Oh, no blink.
He couldn't, well, I think he could have blinked.
He had to blink towards the tier 1
But
tower.
yeah, he had to blink towards Liquid's side of the map, which is definitely not where you want to go. And now TC is suddenly on a killing spree and getting very close to his BKB now.
Shaco, though, should be buckling those creeps. Oh, that's cool.
He
Gotta
just
run.
wants to get the heck out, man. I think this lineup is a little bit harder to run when you don't have a secondary physical damage dealer. Like, relying on the Venge Aura to basically supplement all of VP's damage, I think it's going to start giving them some issues because they have tree armor on the side of Liquid, and like you were saying earlier, Lumi, they have 2 BKB heroes. So it actually becomes very difficult for VP. Like, that uphill battle of trying to fight through magic immunity, especially when the BKBs are brand new. That's when it's the worst, right? Because it's like 10 seconds of magic immunity, you lose your tier 1s, maybe your tier 2s, because you have an SF who is currently the highest net worth in the game. Like, who can start pushing into your towers. And then there's that like 15-minute period in the game where you're like, man, it's really hard for us to fight.
I think ideally they wanted their Invoker to be that secondary right-clicker. And to be honest, he should be having something like a Necro 2 by now. Maybe instead of the 4-star, maybe a finished Necro 3. But he got ganked so hard, and his Midas got delayed. So he is not going to be that right-clicker until much later.
Yeah.
So, not looking good for VP right now, but they are actually holding their own. I mean, Windrunner's going to finish that mech fairly soon, right after this tier 1. They are getting these tier 1 trades. And we got to keep in mind that Slardar, Treant, these are heroes that don't exactly scale perfectly into the late game. Whereas I think Venge as well as AA, with their levels gradually growing up, they get a lot better. So, I think VP may not do well for the next 10 minutes, but if we're talking about 10, 15, 20 minutes, VP can come back in this.
I still favor Liquid late game though, like heavily. I think Bat Rider late game, especially when you have a right-click damager.
Yeah, like,
Like-
I mean,
that,
they have one right-click damager.
Yeah, but it's like one more than.
I kind of agree with Shane, though. Like, just thinking about the fact that Bat is a game changer, just because not only can he pull somebody out of position, but he doesn't have to kill himself to do it, like
Sure,
Eventual
yeah,
Spirit does, you know? And plus, Sticky Napalm is actually ridiculous against a team who has 1 carry, and it's a melee hero.
Yeah, I think also over-relying on the Venge Aura might not be too good, because you know Jotum's only job is to actually swap the lasso to break it. And if he does that, that means you're throwing that Venge for free. So, looks like we're going to see an amazing backstab coming in. Bat Rider already fire flying up. It's going to get cancelled. Might go your illusions. No, it's going to come in, but immediate force stab coming out from Yoki, so he's fine. TC
Didn't
cannot
get the
blink
blink
because... But they are going to find Jotum. Not the worst price to pay, considering getting flanked like that.
That was nice by Yoki, though, because
Yeah.
he stopped TC's blink with Forge Spirits. Maybe that was just random. Maybe he didn't mean to do it.
A-clicking the
Yeah.
ground.
I mean, when you're split pushing with the Forge Spirits, you actually do A-click the ground, like in the minimap, right? Like to make sure that they're always going to be pushing out.
Illidan's
So-
gone for the standard blade mail.
Yeah, but this is against double BKB,
Yeah, that's what I
basically.
was thinking. Yeah.
I think this is actually a poor item choice. That's a 2K
Well,
gold.
I mean, what item can he buy that's going to make a difference? That's like my counter argument to that.
no, for 2K you get Armlet. That's a lot of HP, a lot of strength, a lot of armor, which he needs against these heroes. Blink in and hit it, creeping back off.
Yeah,
I mean,
suppose that's
you
true.
know your Blade Mail, it's not only 2K, but it also eats one of your inventory slots. And it doesn't exactly scale late. I think Armlet would be much, much better.
It's pretty good against Bat Rider, blade mail, actually. It's not bad. Like, cause he's never gonna really buy BKB until like super late into the game.
I don't know, though. I don't think Bat Rider will be looking to lasso Wraith King.
Stand in the fire.
Because lassoing Wraith King is just like
Suicidal.
exactly what VP wants, I think.
Yeah, because you ideally wouldn't focus Illidan until after Reincarnate was down. So you kind of just ignore him.
You go for Jotum pretty much every time, because
Yeah.
otherwise he's just gonna swap. Oh.
Jotum or Yoki, I guess, depending on how the fight's going. Because if you see a swap to break, like a lasso, then you can just throw out a Fiend script whenever, right? Because
Yeah.
it's going to be really hard at that point for VP to stop it, because Illidan's
Oh.
always going to be the first one in.
Demon.
Pegasus.
It's nighttime though, so you can't actually see him.
Yeah. And Bulb is just down here like, these are my trees. Stand in them.
Pretty good.
And Roshan's actually up too. So we'll see if VP can actually get this. With Vampiric Aura, it's quite easy, and they don't really have to put themselves at a huge risk to do it. They should pretty much be at full health, more or less the entire time.
But do you think Windix should be here? Do you think he should be a bit further back in case of
No, I think he should be here, because he needs to push out mid. Like, one thing about Roshan is that if you don't have mid and bottom lane pushed, then you put yourself very, very susceptible to getting ganked without having vision of it. So,
No,
like,
he's talking about the AA.
Yeah.
Oh, the A. I thought you meant the Windrunner.
Yeah, I think
heard
the AA
Wind,
should say
and then I
that.
thought you meant Windrunner, but her name's actually Wind Ranger. And then my life was a lie.
Yeah, it's all a lie.
And they actually gave it to Rape King. I think Yoko needs this one pretty badly. Like, I think Yoko, like, it's probably one of the prime target for the lasso. And really, what does having 3 life for Rape King does if they're not focusing on?
We were talking about this in the last game, I think, Andy.
I think it's worth if Illidan has more damage items, but he doesn't.
Radiant's middle
So
I think in this game, he's actually not...
Radiant structures
Like, if you're
are
over
fortified.
farmed, then I think it's bad to take it, because you're going to take so much to take down the first time regardless, that by the time you like respawn the third time, your whole team should be dead. But I actually think he's not that tanky, so having the Blade Mail and like the Midas, like they don't give you any stats.
Way too
right?
is like way behind enemy lines, sorry.
Yeah, he wants to try to find something, but he won't be able to. But I think in this case, it's not that bad, because he's not so farmed to the point where it's going to be hard to bring him down. So I think having it isn't too terrible.
And you get to use Blade Mail 3 times as well.
Yeah.
because that's a game-winning play.
It is, man. Blade Mail 3 times. You get a lot of stuns off. I mean, that's another thing, too.
I guess.
And he has Blink Dagger to escape.
Like, Ray Fire Blast is an 8-second cooldown. You can freaking spam that stuff, just lube up the
Alright.
kills, man.
All right,
Way
go,
too.
go, go. Ray
Oh,
Fire
blink
Blast.
forward. They're going to find Bulba. He's in a really good spot, though. Very
Okay.
hard to try to do anything to him. Yeah, he even uses the Force
No,
Staff, but TC, he's going to find
Shackle.
Shackle. The Bash Lord, really nice swap from Jotum, though. He's going to be able to mech, but only hits on himself. Ice Blast, though, going to hit on 2. TC's got the BKB popped, double stun on Jotum and Illidan. Looks like the first one to go down is actually going to be Way 2. And looks like they don't really want to continue fighting this, so Liquid, they back up.
Dire's top
Quake's like, yep,
tower
I'm
is
going to go
under
top
attack.
with my BKB and my my Manta, and just last hit a free safe lane tier 2. No big deal. So a support for a tier 2 tower, worth it actually if you're Liquid.
Yeah, and as well as the wave jammed up to the tier 3. I think we're gonna get a tier 1 for VP, maybe even a tier 2. But I really like the Blink Dagger for Wraith King for all that it does as an initiator. He's actually a very legitimate counter initiator as well, because he blinks in and stun ones your guy. What are you gonna do? Focus on the Wraith King?
Yeah.
It's pretty legit.
It functions the same way, I think, as a Slardar, but Slardar is better against BKBs, and Wraith King is better against teams who don't go BKB, in my opinion. Because if you're a Slardar and you're playing against a team with
pot.
BKBs, hold on, yeah, Way 2 is dying again. Not great for him. He just got what I would call everything.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
My
attack.
Everything.
one weakness, man. Everything.
They also
What?
have a Rune of Destiny on the bot
Whoa,
lane.
whoa. What the fuck? Shackalo just like equipped the bow, like mid-game.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I know, but like, it's pretty weird. He was like, I don't have my custom animations.
He was tweaking out, man.
That's pretty
Some people got like OCD about that, you know? It's like, I don't have my full set on. I'm panicking.
What do you go next on Wraith King? AC?
I think he needs a damage item. Like maybe Abyssal or something? I think Abyssal, like, even though it's really expensive, having a reliable secondary stun for a hero like Shadow Fiend, for example, to stop a Requiem or TC when he blinks in with Sprint on. Because if you have BKB, I think you would be sprinting, even if you're going to blink into the enemy.
Wait, who are you talking about? Wraith King?
Yeah, Wraith King. I think maybe he can... I mean, AC is definitely good, too, for extra armor. There's a lot of choices, really.
Mjolnir, maybe?
Mjolnir is solid, but it's not as good against the BKBs.
Yeah,
I think having, like, a high damage item would be good.
Alright.
agreed.
And I mean damage in, like, the literal physical
Yeah, yeah.
damage sense.
As in sword damage.
Yeah. As in, I'm going to hit you with this stick
It's
damage.
gonna fucking hurt.
Wait, he
Let's-
spot
let's
something. Did he buy
repropose-
Maelstrom?
Who, what?
What did he just spend his money on?
Let me see. A BKB.
Oh, he's going BKB. Interesting. I think it's just for the overgrowth, but
Why not go Manta?
I would go Manta for the overgrowth.
Manta is, like, very weird on Skeleton King or Wraith King.
Why?
He's got terrible stats. I mean, yeah, they get
No,
crit, but
just get the movement speed for it.
You get movement speed.
I think movement speed is just more.
we're going the Fast King.
It's not like you
Speed.
get the Manta for the illusions, because they don't do anything.
Well, you get it for the Dispel, but the
Yeah.
thing is, the BKB is a cheaper Dispel. It gives you more damage.
It doesn't give you movement speed, man.
That's true.
You gotta stay fast.
You can just go like BKB Mask of Madness, man.
Yo, that is the deep.
That's legit, yeah.
He also should use his Midas.
Dire's
Maybe.
bottom
Just a
tower
hint.
is
The
under
creeps die
attack.
too quick.
No, man.
Radiant's
Yeah,
top
definitely.
tower is under attack.
Well, they're going to get a free tier 1. Well, I shouldn't say free. Liquid are actually counter-pushing 2 lanes right now. Quake's bottom. He's going to be able to get the tier 2 in the off lane. And the rest of Liquid are going to be pushing mid.
Swap him. Oh,
he
you see
wants it.
Jottam, he wants.
So close, yet so far.
TC's gonna be pretty pissed when he sees the BKB. Because he's like, I'm building the halberd.
I don't really think he cares, actually. I think BKB against Slardar is very average.
No,
Maybe even not that good.
But he's building a halberd.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Not impressed with Illidan's build, man.
I think BKB is kind of a necessary evil for him in some cases, because if you get Overgrowth, that's one fight basically, or one death for you, that you're going to basically do no damage. Like, you're just going to stand there.
You're gonna tank damage though.
They still have Lasso.
Not necessarily.
They still have Fiends.
If they Overgrowth you, why would they attack you? Because you're not going to be able to hit anybody. You're not a threat.
Yeah.
They can just ignore you. So I think having a BKB makes it so it's like, you know, you can't ignore me in this fight. You have to deal with me in some way.
And I guess Illidan won't BKB for anything else, right? He'll just reserve that as for an overgrowth debuff.
That would be my assumption.
Yeah. You can't just say I'm gonna blink in BKB and stun and start right clicking.
Right.
Then you just get overgrowth.
Yep.
All right. Here comes the
Oh,
deeps.
Quakefa, man, just going the damage items. He is like unbelievably farmed, by the way.
super fat.
Yeah, I think sometimes that's the best way to deal against a Wraith King. Like, just don't worry about it and just go mad late.
Or just hit really hard like
Yeah.
Quakefa does. Like, I think in a right click, if he gets lifesteal, he's going to just poop on Illidan.
Yeah. Like Illidan doesn't
Like,
have
he gets one or
damage
two
down.
crits, and he's got his BKB on. He doesn't care about Blade Mail. He's just going to go ham.
So you think he should go Helm instead of Butterfly next?
Either would be good, but I think having lifesteal with BKB is very strong. Because basically you can stand there and just man mode, right? Like, having evasion is good against Illidan, but having lifesteal and a BKB actually helps you minimize damage from everyone because you're just consistently getting life back from being able to land hits.
Yep.
So, if he just goes Satanic, I dare say he would be unkillable.
Attack.
Illidan, please don't forget your Midas. I've been using it for the longest
Oh,
time.
What? Golba?
Got him.
Got it.
All right, then. So, Virtus.Pro going to be pushing into a tier 2.
And Lasso's down.
Yep. Illidan went for the blink, but couldn't find anybody.
They're not attacking with the Necro Creep. That was kind of weird.
He might have just misclicked. People who don't have auto attack on, like, if you misclick, your stuff just sits there. Like, it doesn't do anything. That's why when sometimes, like, I think Arteezy does this, but when he plays Naga, he turns his auto attack on. That way, if he ever clicks to a lane with an illusion, it doesn't just stand there.
I thought
Like-
RTZ always had auto attack on.
No, he switches it depending on what hero he's playing. Like, if he's playing Micro Heroes, he has it on. If he's not playing Micro Heroes, he has it off.
I usually shift
I think-
A click or control shift
No.
A click.
And then
Yeah, that's what I do as well. I don't know, I actually might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I saw him changing it. Like, when he was playing different
well,
heroes.
at least if he did, it would be a recent thing. Because in MLG Columbus, the rest of Speed Gaming was flaming RTZ for having auto attack. Because there was one team fight where they were gonna force staff him out,
And the auto.
but his hero like turned around to auto creep, like auto attack
Oh
a creep
my
in the
God.
fight, and then they force staff him in, and he died or something.
Well, there's two different types of auto attack, right? Like, there's the auto attack after spell,
Oh
Which-
yeah.
which I have on, but I don't have regular auto attack on.
I actually hate that because when I ever play Wisp, I always tether and then instantly steal the guy's last hit. I'm like, sorry.
Or when you place a ward and you hit somebody
Yeah.
that you couldn't see before, and then you give away that you're there. Oh, Illidan blinking forward, gonna find way to, and a little patch of trees. Shackle gonna land as well. Ice Blast maybe a bit overkill, but I guess it is a really short cooldown.
VP are playing this pretty well.
Yeah, they're still doing a decent amount, applying some pressure, map control, trying to get some of it, might be able to push into tier 2 off lane here. But, I mean, Demon and Quakefa are basically right outside of the base.
Quakefa does probably more damage than.
Yeah,
all of
Quakefa
VP.
does a lot of damage. And he's got Manta BKB.
Are fortified.
But he's going to play it safe, man.
They're gonna pick Jottam, I think. And they're going for it. Here comes Boba. It's going to get on Jottam. Jottam's going to get lasso back. Immediate TP from everybody else. Unfortunately, Jottam don't survive long enough.
That damage, man.
He just
Are they going to
fell
chase
over.
for this?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
get the blink.
I mean, the Ice Blast is off, so I don't think that chasing is really a good idea at this point.
Seems like both teams just trading kills and farm. Let's just fully examine the late game. I think all of us stand on the fact that Shadow Fiend is pretty tough to deal with.
Yep.
Because eventually he's going to have Satanic Butterfly with his current gear.
One thing about Venge though, her aura actually scales really, really well to like game. Like
Well, again,
super-
though, like that Venge is mostly used to cancel the swap. And if you're canceling the swap, you're probably dying.
Yeah, that's true to an extent. I think that having the lifesteal aura and the damage aura on top of each other, when you have an Exort Invoker, like if you Alacrity on the Wraith King, that's still adding quite a bit of damage. Like it's 80 damage, I think 80 attack speed when you have max Exort and max Wex. So I think that Illidan will still be doing a decent chunk of damage, even if it is a little bit behind, like one item behind Quakefa. So you say Alacrity supplements for that, and then you have damage aura on top of it and lifesteal. I don't think they're going to get out carried that hard. I just think that it maybe slightly favors Liquid just because they have a bat and Overgrowth, which can kind of interrupt BKB usage if you're Illidan.
Yeah.
At the same time, if you look at the supports, like the Bat, the Treant, they don't do damage. So, whereas the supports of Virtus.Pro does. So here comes a Roshan. The other thing I'm very, very worried as we're going more and more late game is Illidan slots. Blade Mail, which I haven't even seen yet this game, is not exactly slot efficient. And neither, to be honest, Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger is not exactly slot efficient when you're looking at, 6 tier 4 items.
He's got Mjolnir now, which is interesting.
Yeah.
You said you didn't really like it against BKB targets?
Well, the BKBs get shorter the longer the game goes.
Yeah. But they're still
And
like 9 seconds.
It is
10
also
seconds.
it is also a nice item for being able to push lanes in faster. So in a way, like VP has like not great wave clear, but they can use Forged Spirits and they can use Illidan to push waves now, right?
And
And
they
they
have
have power
Necro.
shot spam as well. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's an absolutely terrible choice by any means. I just think that having an Abyssal to be able to just hold down a BKB hero is really nice because it's not like they don't do any damage. It's just that BKBs make it so it's very hard to stick on the two heroes that you want to kill, which in this case basically are Quakefa and TC.
Okay. Blink Dagger on a Treant.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Link Overgrowth?
Yeah, it's pretty legit.
Gonna be the thing. Also, Lincoln Sphere is coming very soon for Invoker. A little bit of an anti-bat.
I think he has the money for it, actually.
Yeah, he does.
But again, always with the Lincoln Sphere to protect yourself against bat is he could blink, trigger your Lincolns with his Force Staff, and then,
He
just
can't
straight up-
drag you to his team as quickly though.
Well, he does have BKB, so he basically could walk it there. Not as quick like you said, but his team does have a blink slaughter to kind of meet you halfway if necessary.
You have swap as well.
Yep,
Don't forget
that's
about
true.
I don't know, man. I feel like this game could still go either way. Maybe
Yeah.
favoring Liquid a tiny bit, but getting those Roshans definitely helps Virtus.Pro's chances.
This whole time though, Quakefa has just been farming.
Yeah.
And like, eventually they're gonna have to deal with him.
I mean, at the same time, if you look at Koifa, Shadow Fiend's one of those heroes that peaks out very quickly.
But he still has 2 more item slots.
I don't know, very quickly, I'd say like 40, 45 minutes, that's when he's finally like done farming.
Right. And at that point, then you look at the rest of the hero, right?
Yeah. Which slider which amps Shadow Fiend's damage by quite a ridiculous amount.
Minus 20 armor, man.
And also slider does physical damage himself.
And then you got Presence of the Dark Lord on top of that.
Yep.
Is it minus 26 just from those two things?
Look, all I'm saying is that Windrunner has a lot of growth.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Shakalow's a growing boy, man.
He's eating his Wheaties.
His Wheaties.
Yeah.
The-
What do they call it here? Wait, I don't think that's actually the same thing. I think Weetabix is much different than Wheaties.
Weetabix is the thing that gives you energy in the morning, yeah.
Weetabix is the thing that turns your insides into concrete.
Yeah, but it tastes awesome.
Does it?
Yeah, I really
Never
like
had it.
A lot of sugar.
Oh, okay. That's well, everything is good with a load of sugar on it.
Yeah, but this is like the correct texture. Oh, they're going for the reach around though.
Bottom tower is under
Yeah, I like this. They gotta hurry though, because right now their tower is basically
Well,
just taking free damage.
Except
Oh
Virtus.Pro's
man,
kind
I
of
think
afraid.
Windex is gonna be really sad
expecting
here.
it. do Illidan. He's in the front line, but it's going to be coming on the other side. They're going to focus on Windex. You got to focus on Windex. Now, biggest ult coming in down here from Koifa. Windex is dead before popping his ult. Meanwhile, Overgrowth going on Yoki. Yoki's dead as well. He's got the Aegis. Illidan, well, he did not use BKB early. Now he's just running away from the fight. Yoki's going to be dead. Lincoln's dispelled. And now they see Shackle. Nightmare's going to cancel it. Yep. Shackle is also dead. Illidan's going to be the only person that runs it out alive. A paired victory, if you even want to call it that.
If I'm Illidan, I want to die to slow everyone down?
Well, if he dies the first time, because of the fact that Liquid have blinks and they have a Slardar, you're not getting away the second time. Like, dying once for him in that situation, because he already had basically 2 or 3 of his teammates dead, is him also dying twice. So that was a really good initiation by Liquid. The triple BKB comes out, and all of a sudden, Illidan's just like, okay, well, I actually can't stun anyone. And we didn't get our Hex off, so we die.
Yeah, he also did not BKB out of Overgrowth. So I thought that's what the item's for.
Well, I think at the beginning of the fight, as soon as they catch out like 1 or 2 people, like Jadam I think got lassoed, right? And then got like annihilated. So there was no swap. There was no way to save basically anyone. It was just a pure hard initiation by Liquid, and they just took the fight.
TC got a double crush on Windex.
Yeah. Here we go. The initiation is going to come through. Immediate Heaven's Halberd. BKB is still down on Illidan. They're not going to get this tier 3 until maybe Boba initiates again. That's Flaming Lasso up.
Their BKBs are off cooldown as well. Illidan wants to chase, though. TC blinks away from the Wraithfire Blast. I'm actually kind of confused as to why they're running. They actually have everything up.
Yeah, Liquid could turn back on this. 2 supports on the back line. No, they're going to just say we're going to defend top and mid. A lot of creeps to be had. But, looks like
so close to seeing him. Koifa, by the way, actually opting to go for the butterfly, which means that his last inventory slot will probably be the lifesteal.
Or the Scotty.
Could be Scotty too. It's not bad against melee carries.
Yeah. I love getting against lifesteal, actually.
The butterfly choice is actually the more aggressive choice.
Illidan's stuck in the trees.
It's fine. He's got a power shot. No big deal. But as far as Koifa's build goes, it's just the I don't think I'm going to die build. So I'm just going to go damage. Yep. Because once you trade in your treads for bots, you actually lose quite a bit of attack speed. So being able to buy a butterfly straight after makes sure that you're still hitting quite fast.
And for 400 damage.
Yeah, I mean, he hits pretty damn hard.
I mean, I like this build for the reason that you have to focus basically on everybody else if you want to be attacking, right? Batrider, Slardar, these 2 heroes going to initiate on you. You have the grip that you have to deal with, Overgrowth to deal with. So I think it's well warranted just to go straight deep damage.
Yeah. His net worth is insane. He's got so much farm, man.
Is Bulba going for a refresh orb? Is he going for the double lasso?
Yeah, man.
It's good, man.
Lasso 2 person.
Yeah, and then 4 staff.
And then drag
or 4
back.
staff twice. I don't even know, man. There's so many options.
You can BKB twice, 4 staff twice, lasso twice. Like, what you do is you go in, you lasso BKB, you drag him away, then you refresh and you lasso again, you drag him farther away.
No. You go for glory. You blink in, you lasso, you refresh your lasso, and then 4 staff both of them in.
If they're actually that close together, like if TC gets a double stun, and you can just lasso, refresh, lasso, that would be pretty humorous. I don't think I've ever done that before.
No, I've never seen it either. Today's the day, Andy.
Here it comes. I'm ready. I think Illidan is actually just too far behind Koifa in terms of farm. Like, even though the Invoker and the Wraith King are both ahead of TC, Koifa is so far ahead of both of them, he's basically like 2 items ahead.
Wait. Illidan bought a Maelstrom, and then sold it, and then went for AC.
Needs more survivable.
I think he realizes that his team just turned into vapor as soon as they walked into the Shadow Fiend.
Also, I just want to say, has not used Blade Mail a single time this game yet.
No, he has.
Gets picked up. Has he?
Yeah, he used it in the fight bottom, but the thing is, they had 3 BKBs, so it's like, all right, well,
whatevs.
Koifa still gets his Requiem off, pretty much unobstructed, doesn't care about the Blade Mail. That's the thing about late Blade Mails, though, is the Blade Mail is good if you're playing against a team that has cores that don't buy BKBs.
Or can't get to their BKB.
Yeah, or don't have it yet.
Wasn't the case.
Yeah.
It's a really good early game item as well.
I mean, SF and Slardar actually both buy their BKBs as a first or second item typically, right? So In that case, I think that Wraith King doesn't really match up that well against them, just for that reason. Oh, close.
He had force as well.
Wait,
Man, Shackalo is just not
Nah, he's doing
playing like
grand.
Shaq right now. He's not bringing down
There
the...
has to be a lot of pressure playing like for standing.
No, you have no pressure. If you lose standings, you go wild.
Yeah, but like if you're a Dota player at this level and you want to get into a team, this is your chance.
Yeah, you go for the big plays.
play Bambo Dota.
Yep, basically.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you jump into the pit to still ages 10 times and miss. That one time you screenshot that and be like, yep,
That one time.
did it once.
Like James killing Dendy.
Yeah, you could forever talk about that moment.
Tell your grandkids.
The only game I ever played against Dendy was my first pub game in Dota 2.
How did that go?
Not good.
Okay.
Not good.
I played against him
kill
a
him?
few years ago.
I think my team killed him a few times.
Yeah,
We
those
lost.
count. Don't count. You gotta kill. You gotta get the
I
last
don't know, man. It
landing
was so
blow.
long ago. It was so long ago. It was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, when I first started playing Dota, it used to put me against like pros every game. So you either have like a pro on your team or like a super
People who have
terrible
never played before.
Exactly, yeah. So there was always games that'd just be over in like 10 minutes or 12 minutes.
Ooh, look at this initiation.
Yeah. Those
Reaction.
illusions sure got owned, man.
Oh, Slardar gonna get the crush off. No BKB activated. Lasso's gonna be there. Keep in mind that he does have 2 life, but
If he's on a cliff, put him on the
into
cliff.
the open
Doesn't even matter.
bosoms of the rest of Liquid.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't get BKB.
He actually got bashed instantly,
Yep.
Yeah.
which is pretty frustrating.
Wraith King doesn't actually sink into the ground. It takes a while.
Well, does he really have to sink into the ground? He just explodes into a pile of like armor and whatever bones, I
You gotta
guess.
recycle, man.
Sure.
You know what I don't
Maybe
understand?
he's just biodegradable.
Could be, yeah. Extremely quickly. Oh.
Yep,
What
they
were you-
spot
what were
out
you saying,
maybe
Lily?
potential Roshan soon. Couple minutes.
I think it's about
Yeah.
time that Koifa needs to commit the savagery, which is selling your Midas.
And buy a rapier.
Well, buy your Satanic.
You were talking about it the other day as well, that you should just save it, put it in the courier.
Yeah, I would put it on courier and use it every
middle tower
190
has
seconds.
fallen.
Or
I
100
did
seconds.
it in a pub game yesterday. You'd be proud of me.
Holy shit. Did you shot swap?
I bought Boots of Travel. I was playing
Okay.
terribly. I actually only buy phase Boots of Travel when I play with him now because he's like, you gotta trade swap for extra DPS. I just like, fuck off.
That's something just becomes second nature after a while, though.
I
You just do it.
I do it on some heroes, and I do it a lot of times when I have a bottle.
Like an AM, if you don't tread swap,
Big deal?
you're like
I don't think so. If you have
you're like 1500
No, it
rating,
is a
man.
big deal.
if you have Vlad's and Battle Fury,
not
it
enough.
doesn't make a fucking difference.
It does.
No, it doesn't. But
You still actually lose mana if you stay on edgy, if you have Vlad's and Battle Fury.
I-
Because that's like the only build I ever go. But if you have like a CM, you don't need to.
all right, so I'll just make sure I have a CM.
Yeah. It's like if you don't want to tread swap, add a
Fancy him
CM.
against Shane in Friday.
Oh,
win
shit.
games.
No, I have some serious plans.
Alright, man.
You're gonna get.
So does Team Liquid looking to pick off somebody. I just feel that this particular lineup for VP, if you pick off anybody, they just don't have enough to beat Liquid.
Yeah.
Especially if they pick up Windex.
It's so hard for them to get a proper initiation, though, because if the BKB reaction is there on Koikfa,
Koifa's
or
kind of.
TC,
Ooh.
MKB.
uh-oh.
What is this about? Just the true deeps, man.
Yeah, this is like all damage.
Oh,
Screw
they
you,
know. They
Windover.
know they're gonna do the big wraparound.
It's the reverse reach round. We saw
Alright,
it earlier.
Windex, just buff your team and stay here. Stay here.
Oh my god, this could be huge, actually.
Yo. Ooh,
Dire's bottom
Demon?
tower
Demon's gonna
is
get
under
scouted out though.
Can he blink quick
I know.
enough?
Demon!
Oh,
he
he's a-
blinks. He's in the
Bottom tower.
power shot.
Get to the
misses.
chopper.
Okay, here comes a BKB that's gonna get everybody. Here comes Yogi though. He's doing a lot of deeps. Ice Blast gonna get channel on the background here. Windex is trying to run, but TC's on him. Meanwhile, you have Illidan just getting right-clicked by Koifa. Koifa just killing everybody. Big Slow's gonna come through. Looks like they're gonna go right for Illidan again.
Oh, poor lad.
Poor lad indeed.
That crit.
Jesus.
1100 damage crit. Yoki eating the Gripperino. Okay, so they had potential there to actually make something happen, but correct me if I'm wrong, but the Windrider didn't have a blink by the end of the game, right? It was just a 4-staff.
Yeah, and a Hex.
So I think if you go Hex, you kind of need a blink, right?
Just set up your shackle?
No, not to set up a shackle, to Hex somebody.
The blink Hex.
Because at the beginning of the fight,
What
like,
about
as soon
4-staff Hex?
as soon as their smoke broke, TC was able to blink back in with BKB and get a stun on 2, right? And one of which I think was actually Jotum, who was standing like in the front, which I'm actually kind of confused as to why he was that far up. But the point is, because of the fact that they didn't have a hero who could get in range to Hex Quakeva before BKB, Illidan like blinked into stun, but Wraithfire Blast has a travel time. Hex does not. So you actually need, I think, your hero who gets Hex to go blink as well, just so you have a way to get in and say, like, yeah, we're going to kill Quakeva in a stun. Because they definitely had the potential to do that. He only had one item that gave him HP. Everything else was based around the fact that he could pop his BKB, and it's hard to hit him because he has evasion. So, in a way, I feel like if they had a guaranteed method of initiation late game, they would have been way better off. And I think in that sense, like, having 2 blinks on Liquid helps them tremendously.
What about you already have your blink on your Wraith King? Instead of BKB and that amazing Blade Mail, Basher Abyssal.
Well, yeah, that's why I said earlier I thought he was going to go like Abyssal, just so he could like go in and stop BKB SF.
You're not in like some
But he
sort of
didn't.
crazy debate there, Lumi. You're like, what if this? And you like point at them and you turn around. Yep.
Gotta go for the dramatic.
yeah.
You gotta act it out, man. You gotta act it
You're
out.
like, come on,
Very
lads, don't
good.
you agree?
Yeah.
That's very good. How were the stand-ins for you guys?
I didn't think they played that badly.
No, they did really
I
well.
thought it was fine. I think just the biggest issue for me was Yoki, the guy who was playing Invoker. He kind of got not really a good time mid. He got ganked, and then like if you get ganked against an SF, it's like, SF gets really far ahead. It's Quakeva, obviously really talented 1v1 player anyway, and he kind of just got out of control. But other than that, I think maybe it's just harder to communicate to people who you don't play with like every day, you know?
Yeah.
So I think maybe if it was a full Virtus.Pro roster, maybe they would have won. I don't know. It's hard to say, though.
Yeah.
I really liked their offline, the Windrunner AA. That was pretty, like, they got a lot of
Yeah,
kills.
they got a kill, actually, in a 2v3.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, and Bruno, you're not allowed to pick any of the stand-ins for your MVP this week, because that would really mess people up. And then no one would win the motherboard, potentially. Okay, but we're announced Bruno's MVP
Yeah,
in just a moment.
I'm gonna give you guys, like, I know already who I have in mind, but I'm gonna give you a last time to convince me otherwise. You had to
Convince
pick
you?
one
But
MVP.
If you know who you have in mind, how am I supposed to convince you
Well,
differently?
you can
or
post-
am I just
okay.
assuming that mine's not what yours is?
Yeah, or maybe
Okay.
it's like it's the same, and in which case you're just strengthening my cause.
Then you I had you at hello, right?
Yes,
That's what it is. Okay, nice.
So
I think you're going to go with someone from Team Liquid.
I mean, it's kind of
And I
obvious.
know
Is it
who
both?
it
You're gonna
is.
have to.
And you know who it is?
He's played so good all the time.
I know.
It's Demon, isn't it?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be that.
Everyone knew it was going to be Demon. I mean, he played really well with that Shadow Shaman that first game, Bane second game. He was always there for the initiation. They could never initiate on him.
For the whole week, Bruno.
I know. I mean, and the other... Okay.
Not for the whole week.
Not for the whole week.
Sun King had a couple good epicenters.
Had a couple of terrible ones.
Couple terrible burrow strikes. No, the epicenters were good. The burrow strikes were kind of like, But he ended up second most farm hero when he was playing support in that game. Again, they were losing very, very bad.
Okay.
So, I mean, and he's officially a Liquid member now. So, I mean,
All right.
something
Welcome
nice
to the
give
team.
him.
Yeah. Well,
Congratulations, Demon.
hopefully some people got that right over on facebook.com/ROG Nordic.
I
or
went to the
this
page
is-
and
Yeah.
I wrote
Promise
Demon myself.
Somebody got it. It's
Someone
like,
got it.
yeah.
Yeah, they played well. So 2 wins for Team Liquid. We can take a look, just see.
You all right, man?
No, I was just like,
You live.
every time I say, like, when you're on the show, you want to spice things up a little. And I'm like, oh, we can take a look. And I'm like, I always say we can take a look. Let's take a look. Why can't we take a gander?
Goose and a
Gander.
Why
gander.
can't we take a gander at the standings?
Okay, so
Here they
here's the
are.
thing, right? Virtus.Pro, 8 losses, out. They have mathematically likely challenges if they win all their next 3 games and either Navi or EG loses the next 4 games, which is really, really unlikely to happen. In which case, it would be a tiebreaker, but I think they lost to Navi. No, actually, they're 1-1 with Navi, so I don't know what will happen with that. And I'm pretty sure they lost to EG. So there's one chance in a million that they can actually go through.
1 in a million.
Yeah.
Is that very accurate?
It's actually 999,786.
Okay.
But I'll round up to a million.
Hey, man,
because-
some people have gotten struck by lightning twice.
Oh, 13 times.
13?
Yeah, and he actually...
What?
Yeah, there was this guy that got hit by lightning
was
13
that on
times.
YouTube you saw
No,
that when he was
no.
walking
It's
home?
actually it's on Wikipedia and everything, so
Did he
it
get,
must be
like-
true. But he was like a park ranger He got hit in the by lightning 13 times, and after the 13th time, not
He's got
related
magic
to that.
powers.
And
No.
he's still alive.
Yeah, no, he wasn't because his girlfriend left him and he suicided.
Well,
I'm not kidding.
It probably had to do with the lightning constantly hitting him as well. that must have been kind of
Wait,
annoying.
how did he survive for the first 12 times?
The 13th time, like he didn't die
Oh,
because of
okay.
lightning.
So how did he survive? Was it a direct hit? Was it like a Zeus lightning bolt?
Apparently, like most of the time, he just burned like his eyebrows or like his hair or something like that. There were a couple.
What?
There was a
That's not-
guy on YouTube who was walking back and he actually got struck by lightning and then he
Holy
just got
fuck.
up and then got hit again and got up and walked off.
Okay, that's.
Yeah, seriously. It was
Okay.
like over in
That's so
like
crazy.
SEA somewhere. Yeah.
No, yeah, but this guy, park ranger, survived lightning, died to lost love. What a
Heartbreak,
story,
man. It's a
Like,
killer.
It's a Hollywood movie right there.
Beautiful, Bruno. All right, okay. Let's go back into the standings.
Yes.
And have another gander.
Gander.
You're forgetting the goose.
Yeah, so Team Liquid, as we said, 9 losses, completely out. They have no way of actually getting to 6 wins because they already played all their games, 14. So Team Liquid, best case scenario, 7th place.
They're going to have to re-qualify as well because they're the lowest American team.
American team, yeah.
Yeah. And then the same might happen with Virtus.Pro.
Yes, that's correct. They're still fighting with
Yeah,
Navi and
Roxkiss,
Roxkiss.
yeah.
Actually, Navi as well, because if you look at them, I mean, they're not safe.
Yeah, I think it's Roxkiss and Fnatic now that are going to be the ones that can upset this tournament.
Yeah.
And they're both very capable of doing so. Especially Fnatic with their doubleheader versus
Yeah,
Navi.
and actually, Fnatic, they won today the finals of MLG TKO Europe. They were playing
Against
versus Empire.
Yeah, that's a big win.
3-1.
Cool.
So, yeah, I mean, Fnatic, you know, that's the team. That's Fnatic. Sometimes they lose. They have a losing streak. Then sometimes they win against pretty much everyone.
Yeah, when they're hot, they're good.
And if they get a hot streak right now at the end of the tournament, they will be like, I think the team to watch in the finals.
Yeah, and speaking of where we're going towards the finals, we've got 1 week left. We won't be here next week or the week after. We'll be back on the 5th of May. And this will be the Monday of the 5th of May. We're going to see Navi versus Team Dog, Fnatic versus Sigma, probably not, and then Fnatic versus Alliance, which we will definitely see. And then we'll be back for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we come back on Saturday and Sunday for 6 games per day. And after that, everyone would have completed their games, and
Yes.
we'll know who the top 6 are going to DreamHack Summer.
And then DreamHack Summer is going to be on June 24 to 26, if I'm correct.
Yeah, and hopefully by then, we might even have items in-game for the Dream League.
Maybe.
Doubtful.
Maybe. Probably not.
They'll get back to it in like 7 days.
For the ASUS ROG Season
Dream
2.
Yeah.
Why
You
did they
can
get
have
this
the
time?
previous rewards.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
That's now a valid question.
I think is Fnatic and Roxkiss going to get a place? I think one of them will.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
But who'd you
Okay,
knock
here's
out?
here's
Who'd
the
you
hard
knock
question.
out?
Who'd you knock out? Navi or EG?
Oh, I guess we'll have to find out in 2 weeks' time. See you then.
Dun, dun, dun.
Scary.